All right. Let's go ahead and get this one out the way. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be. Good Dr. Mike TV back again, once again, with a video I've been waiting to do for a minute, okay? New to the channel, guys, make sure you subscribe, make sure you notify, make sure you make yourself well versed with all of the Good Doc's content linked in the description area below. If you want to know anything about the Good Doc's extracurricular activities outside of the tube, everything you should need to know shall be there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I recently recorded a video that I put out that was titled Life After Philippines, a long discussion or a long talk or a long dialogue about women who bloom late. And in that particular video, I made a reference to the idea of, have you ever really wondered what she was like before you met her? And in that particular reference, I was talking about to maybe some of the girls that you meet online who might dress a certain type of way. Maybe she was a late bloomer or things like that. And maybe she wasn't like that before, but the way in which you're being first introduced to her, that's what you see. You know, I often question, and that was what I was saying in that video, I often question, do you ever, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this, or maybe I'm the only one who asked this question, but do you ever think about what she was like before you met her? And in this particular video, I want to share some points, some thoughts that I have, and you can take them how you want to, guys. You can run with them 100 miles an hour the other direction if you choose to. But I just wanted to have this quick conversation to get it off my chest because I've been thinking about it for about a day or so now. I've been marinating on it, and I think that I finally got my thoughts together to the point where I can actually deliver a formidable video for my audience. All right, so let's get into it. First things first, from a relationship standpoint, Good Doc's been in a relationship for a long time. To be honest with you, I met my young lady when she was 19. I believe she was 19. I was about 22. We're only 3 years apart. So meeting her at such a young age, basically during her college days, in any type of relationship, you would want to wonder or want to know what your girlfriend was like before you guys met. I mean, I think that's a very inquisitive question. Now, you got to be careful with how you ask these questions because maybe some revelations are going to come out that maybe you wish you didn't ask or maybe you wish you didn't know. But in this particular case, my young lady, from everything that she told me, and I don't have any reason to doubt what she's told me, considering I met her probably at the prime, 19 years old, college life. I mean, she did her thing. I mean, she had her fun. I mean, not necessarily from a promiscuous standpoint, but like any college kid in the Philippines, knowing they're pretty much young in their college days, it is what it is, okay? So, in reference to that, I feel like I kind of dodged the bullet just a little bit with who I've chosen to be with the Good Doc for the long term, okay? But again, let's talk about you guys. Let's talk about the women that you guys meet. And again, I don't want to put any thoughts into your head. I just want to have an open, honest dialogue so that if you ever want to get to the point where if you want to know these answers, you can get to them if you want to. If you don't, hey, leave it the way it is. Call a spade and keep it pushing. All right. If you think your girl has a very complicated past and you want to keep it in the past, keep it in the past. But if you and I don't know why I asked this question, but if you want to know and she tells you something, you have the right to accept it or and be further inquisitive of this particular thought, okay? But let's talk about the young ladies that you guys are meeting now, okay? If you're looking for a relationship, again, if you're not, please disregard, all right? Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, all right? But if you are looking for a relationship, I think that it does pay dividends to at least know a little bit about her background, family, upbringing, things like that, where she grew up, maybe some of the friends she might have hung out with. I mean, just inquisitive shit, like just see who her friends are now. I think that, I'm not going to tell you to stalk a Facebook page, but if you just so happen to be friends with her on Facebook, which I hope you are, kind of see the friends that she's close with, see what their profiles look like. So at least you get an idea of her surroundings. I think that's very important. You get an idea of her inner circle. Best way for me to put it. You get an idea of her inner circle or the people that she chooses to call her quote unquote friends. All right. If you go to homegirl's page, baby girl over here busting it open, twerking, or whatever you want to say, maybe you might want to just get your spider senses up for that. Okay. But if you got girls who don't really post, negative stuff or anything promiscuous or anything like that, I'm not saying that doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying that you can always move forward. Okay. But from the girls that you meet online, okay, if you're just curious, I should say, if you're interested in knowing anything about her, I think you can find out a lot about a girl from her social media. First things first. I mean, normally a girl, if she gives you her authentic social media, she'll have pictures dating back from like when she was in college or when she was in damn near high school. Some of y'all, I'm not going to go there. But, she'll have pictures that you guys should be able to, or, be able to chronicle up into where she is now from where she started. All right. That's just a quick synopsis or a quick concept of where we might be going in this video. But there's one particular aspect about this particular topic that may not be as comfortable for me to discuss. But I feel like if I'm going to touch on this in the most inappropriate way humanly possible, maybe that's not the best way for me to go about it or the best way for me to say it. So I might want to retract that, but I'm not going to retract it just yet. I feel like we have to discuss this from all aspects, okay? So the first point that I made, if you're looking to get into a relationship, however you met her, you just want to know a little bit about her background. I think that you could probably find that stuff on social media. You could probably get an idea of her surroundings or her inner circle by the people she chooses to hang around with, Facebook friends and stuff like that. All right. I don't call it stalking. I just call it being inquisitive. Shit. It's just what it is. Okay. All right. So second part, let me lay this example out for you so I think you can pick up what I'm putting down. All right. For those guys who meet girls online, okay, let me just make sure that I don't want to directly make it definitively on this point, but I think this point is just a little bit more relevant towards this particular action. All right. So let's say, for example, you come across a profile online, baby girl, like I said in the last video, cleavage all out, looking all sexy and stuff. All right. From me, my inquisitive mind again will ask a very pertinent question. How in the world did she get to this point? What was it about her that made her transition into this particular young lady? In my mind, just me being me, she wasn't born this way, okay? This ain't a damn Lady Gaga song. I, under no circumstances, believe that a woman was born to be promiscuous, okay? Being a product of their environments, the people that they hung around with, probably transitioned them into where they are today, to this lifestyle that they lead. Maybe they let social media take over. Maybe they let people put words and things inside of their head. Let them believe that this is the way that they should act. This is the way that they should be if they are in the field of trying to field a foreigner. Okay. So I want to share a quick story with you that may shed a little bit of light on how some young ladies become who they are today. Now, it's only one particular story, isolated incident, but I wouldn't be surprised if this happens more often than none. Okay? So try to approach this particular situation from the most respectful standpoint as I possibly can. So y'all just make sure y'all stick it out with me. Okay? So I can remember one time where I had a conversation with a young lady. Now I did a meet online at the time. Met her in person. All right. It's a pretty cool girl. Just conversation. Again, before I got into a relationship, guys, make sure I note that. Before I got into a full-fledged, whatever I am in right now, met a young lady. And we had a conversation, and she was a very open, honest individual. And, what I did is, again, being who I was at that time, I was definitely interested in her, from a physical aspect, of course. She had some very nice pictures on her profile at that time. I asked a very important question, and I don't know why she was as open and honest as she was, but she was. I said, you're a very attractive young lady. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you cute as hell. I'm just going to give you the watered down philosophical way of which I had this conversation with her. I might have said, baby girl, you look good. I mean, I like your pictures on your profile. Why do you feel like you got to dress like that? You know what I'm saying? She was like, well, I've had people like my ate and my ama, or I think that's your mother, that say, this is the way to attract foreigners. That's number one. But she ended up revealing to me later on that, there was a indecent situation between her and a older family relative, an uncle. Okay. And she, how it got to this point, don't ask me. I don't know. Maybe she trusted me enough to share in this story. Because we had been chatting for a while, of course. But basically, she didn't go into detail about it. But basically, from that particular moment on, from that particular situation that happened with that older family relative, male family relative, her demeanor, the way that she carried herself kind of changed. Now, again, I don't know the details of if it was ever revealed to anybody or anything like that. I stayed away from that because this is the fucked up part about everything, right? I'll put it to you like this. When I hear shit like that, if you want to know me and my mindset, the way that I carry myself, I don't want to fuck anymore. That's kind of depressing. You understand? To know that that's what happened to you, like at a young, it doesn't make me feel good, and it damn sure doesn't get me excited to want to do anything. So I couldn't do it. Anyways, that's a side note, but it paints a picture to where some girls are today in their lives. All right. And this comes from any particular aspect. Filipinas and things like that, any type of woman, if they've had traumatic experiences that have changed their narrative, you shouldn't be surprised at what you see online. So if you ever have this thought process, I wonder what baby girl was like before she became this. Because no girl is born like this. No girl is born thinking that I got to show my assets to get a man. No girl is born that way. Society kind of teaches them that. Traumatic experiences teaches them that. So I think that if you ever want to know, you have to keep some of these ideas in mind. Not saying that the girl that you're talking to had a traumatic experience like the one in which the young lady that I am referring to had, that changed her whole narrative. Could be just some promiscuous friends and things like that. All right. But it's definitely worth the conversation. And I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say in the comment section below. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't want to dive in or dwell on this one too long. Kind of depressing, but it's just something to open your mind a little bit, stimulate that intellect. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. This has been the Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, and with that being said, the Good Doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going. Now, bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.